Today's theme is Enlightenment. Namaste, brothers. Greymaster Budson here, and I've come bearing the gift of eternal salvation. The road to Nirvana is fraught with confusion. Thankfully, a group of Buddha-pilled stoners made a video game to help us degenerates reach it. I Divine Cybermancy exemplifies the virtues of the middle path and guides you to self-improvement. This could be called Deus Ex on acid. The first noble truth: there is suffering. E.Y.E is a first-person shooter, immersive sim, RPG, blah blah blah. Look, go read the Wikipedia page if you're that curious. Let's cut to the chase. There are some insanely deep mechanics at play in this game, and I don't understand any of them. So let's go over what I do understand. You are given a set of tools and many routes through which to navigate the game. For example, in this mission, I could sneak past all the enemies in the level and bribe their commanding officer into disseminating false intel about our position. No waves. But that's boring. So I can just kill everyone in sight. Problem solved. Stealth, diplomacy, and destruction are all valid options. Either way, I'm achieving enlightenment in the process. The second noble truth: the origin of suffering. You might ask, what does this have to do with enlightenment? Well, everything, actually. Before we get there though, let's go over some basics. This game is a grind. The game can be rough for the first few hours, though not insurmountable, so here's a quick tip. During character creation, select Metagen gene and re-roll until you have high endurance and generally decent stats. You will need them. Once you've made a character and progressed a little into the game, you can select missions to play from the main menu. Go to this level, equip this gun, and go through this teleporter. Shoot at this thing and this thing, then wait until they respawn. Do that enough and you can gain some levels and invest in early cybernetic implants. You will start with only some weapons unlocked, a few psi powers, no cyber implants, and no cyber abilities. You will need money, stats, and research to unlock all of it. Or you could use a program that allows you to edit your character to skip the early grind. But you didn't hear that from me. Step 1, level your endurance. This will mean more health and less energy consumption. Step 2, invest in cybernetic armor implants and the adrenaline pumper. Don't forget to pick up some cybernetic abilities as they are crucial. Active camouflage, enhanced armor, auto-targeting, the list goes on. Step 3, once you aren't dying in a mere few hits, invest in damage. Personally, I recommend psi abilities. For that, you will want to level your psi and mental balance stats. Turning now to psi abilities, they make 0 sense. For example, this ability makes enemies explode, but sometimes they explode into a werewolf. Guess what? You can explode him too. Sometimes the exploded werewolf produces yet another werewolf. As my philosophy professor said to me in college, it's exploding werewolves all the way down. Sure, swinging a big weapon is cool, but it doesn't compare to obliterating something with your mind. However, even with psi powers, you'll probably have to use a more traditional weapon at some point. I recommend the Bear Killer 444. The high damage and armor penetration allows you to destroy anything. You can also use the Ascidium, a handheld mortar launcher. The syringe can be used to heal and is unlocked through early game research. Be careful though, you can and will overdose from time to time. My personal favorite weapon is the Damocles, because it makes your enemies explode.
Hey, kann ich mich stay right as normal here?
The third noble truth. The end of suffering. Now, you might stop me here and ask, Budson, this is just a violent video game made by French people. How is this helping you reach nirvana? Good question, but let's keep in mind the tale of the Buddha and how he resisted the 108 temptations of the demon Mara before gazing upon Mara and vanquishing him in a blaze of heavenly psychic flames. For example, in this clip you might think I'm committing repeated acts of harm against nature. In reality, I'm exercising self-hatred from my soul. The menacing demon is merely an avatar for my own self-doubt, and I am only able to defeat him by cleansing him in heavenly fire, thus purifying my soul. If prayer can move mountains, then positive self-image can move the stars. I would be remiss if I failed to talk about the story of E.Y.E. I won't get into the lore because I don't know it, but I will give you a basic rundown of the facts so that you know what's going on. You are a member of the Secreta Secretorum. The Secreta Secretorum controls E.Y.E, an army of demon-hunting monks. The Secreta Secretorum hates the Federation, the government that controls humanity, because they are fighting aliens when they should be fighting demons. The Secreta Secretorum wants to take over the Federation, but they can't do it because they suck at fighting. Thus, it's your job to infiltrate E.Y.E and convince them to fight the Federation. There is one problem, of course. E.Y.E is composed of two groups, the Culters and the Jian. The Culters and the Jian are currently in the midst of a civil war and are too busy fighting each other to do much of anything. Your mentor wants to unify the Culters and the Jian, thus ending the civil war, while your commander wants you to kill all of the Jian. I would urge you to recall the virtue of the middle path, but that's all you need to know to get started. In truth, most of the story involves talking to random junkies about the problem of evil, the place of man in the universe, or just listening to this goober being distraught over his wife's untimely demise. The fourth noble truth. The path to end suffering. In E.Y.E Divine Cybermancy, there is more than meets the eye. The rest of this game's story and mechanics are for you to discover. Go now, destroy demons, uproot entire planets, debate philosophy with werewolves. The journey of enlightenment is yours for the taking. Play this game and achieve nirvana. You won't be disappointed. Let me know what you think of today's theme and stay tuned. I have more videos coming soon.